time to repeat whatever it is that I will have said before or I'm saying now. I also want to thank you because you have been also very pivotal through the process that we have had in the position I occupied before, and I am really truly grateful. Just as a preamble, so that we are all on the same page, I live in Kenya, and therefore I know many things that are happening. I also talk to most of you because the work we do and the work you do are cross-cutting. Allow me, even before I say much, to first of all give you the reason why I called you here, so that our expectations can meet somewhere in the middle. I know there is what I want to say, but I also know there is what you want to hear. And that is the nature of the work we do, and that is the nature of your work. If you allow me today, I called you in this particular office because you have come here before, most of you, in terms of coverage of budget making process. And I called you specifically here because that is actually the agenda. The agenda is that there have been changes, and I felt convinced within myself that given the pivotal role the position held in the workings of our country, in the workings of our nation, in the workings of our various government agencies, development, and every other thing, and because whatever we were doing, I was also updating you regularly, I thought it was important that I call you the way I have done, so that the things we've been reading and the things we have been seeing, I can clarify a few of them and also give my voice on it. And therefore, without wanting to be diplomatic, I also know that is what you came for, because you knew if it was about politics, I would have called you somewhere else. And therefore, I'll only talk about that matter. And I also know that there are expectations of people on what we should say, when, and how. I get messages every day on what I should do and how I should do it. And it is not the appropriate time today for me to talk about those other things. And I am saying it in good faith because that is what we had planned to do. And I have only clarified because in the time I've been a politician, I know there is what you say, but there is also work to be done in terms of coverage. There is also what you may want to report. And that is given because that is the work of a media house. So I've clarified that so that I'll be open to a few questions afterwards. But I just highly request, I am here as a Kenyan. I speak when I want to speak. I know we have interacted in many forums. We know each other person's character in terms of where they need to invoke courage, where they need to invoke whatever they need to say. And I know for sure, I'm not shy to say anything that I feel I need to say. So whatever I may leave unsaid today is basically based on the fact that the reason I called you is the one I'll talk about. And as I start, I first of all want to be very grateful. Myself, personally, for the chance I have had to serve the Kenyan people in the position of the chairman of the Budget and Appropriations Committee in the National Assembly.
Brings together political pressure. So to be honest, I think that answer. Speaking Leto, I have been interested, but I have also enjoyed a piece of my life. I mean, you know that. When you are in the dance floor, politically speaking, you can't know even when it is raining outside, when the wind is blowing. You can't know when there is a storm. When you are in the dance floor, there is loud music and you are busy. This is an experience I've shared actually with some of my friends. That sometimes as a leader, it is also important that you depart the dance floor temporarily. You go to the balcony and also you learn. Learning may not mean you are consulting to a learning may actually be the dance side change, but you are still fixed on the pathway. Learning may actually also not come by political conversation. It may come with just social interaction. So my answer to that letter is that what I am starting off is that I have more time than you. And I will pray that I make good use of that time. And especially to the local leader who is started with the expectation. Any other question? Mimi was sana. And I am available as I said before. Especially in regards to Kiharo, anyone who wants to come there, you are free. And in any other forum that maybe important for me to clarify some of the issues, I'll be available. Only that today I've respected myself into the agenda of the day, and I am available.
Can I request that you may give us a brief?
Then if the other I can request you don't do so that you don't disturb me. I'll take that. Important for me to clarify something. We also have some questions. Can I go ahead? Or you can ask the question. Can I already answer the house?
For example, Sonia, what would be about the difference? Now, to know how we told me or no, you answer it.
Forgive me because I have to do this. I don't know whether that's say one word.